Hello, friends. My name is Dr. Sam Fecich, and I'm really excited to be with you here today. Today, I'm going to show you how Teams and Nearpod can work together to create a dynamic, engaging learning experience for all of your students. So, once you're in Teams and you have your team created, you can go down to Calendar. You can schedule out your team meeting, and I'm going to join this meeting here. What I really like about Teams is I can blur out my background, I can join my meeting, and it's not going to pick up the video because I'm actually using the video with another program. So if I click on join, it's going to connect me to my meeting, and it's going to say, others are waiting to join, and that's fine. What I love about this team option is as students join the meeting, I can greet them by name, I can share my screen. So I like to have my screen shared with my Nearpod code up and ready to go. And then sometimes I'll even put the code down here in chat. So then they have options to just type in the chat here and they could just pull up the meeting from there. Also, what Teams does is it can blur your background so you don't see the background within Teams. You can also turn on live captions, which I love to do. And let me make this a little bit bigger, and I think it'll start to show up here. So, with my live captions, it's going to live caption everything that I say down here at the bottom of the screen, which is fantastic. I can record my meeting so students have access to it later. I can also show meeting notes within my meeting as well. So there's some great accessibility options within Teams that can help all of my students. Another feature that I like about that is I can have in here, I can have up on my screen, this is how I teach my online class. Here on the right hand side, I have my students' pictures and I pin them to my screen so I can see them. And then whenever I open up my live lesson, I can go in here, I can go to my live lesson and in Nearpod, and then students can interact with the content right away. So as they're coming into class, maybe I'll have the code down here for them to join, and they can be joining the class right away. So they can open up Nearpod, and we can be interacting together on the slides. What I really like about Nearpod and how I use this in my own class is sometimes I have students interact with content on Nearpod. They have tons of formative assessment pieces, they have quizzing options, virtual field trips, lots of different ways you can engage with content on Nearpod through websites, through simulations with PhET, through 3D animations, virtual field trips, Twitter streams. You can pull in lots of different content for students to engage with. So it's not just a slide, and you can really engage with them that way. And then they also have options for activities. And these activities can be matching pairs, multiple choice, true and false questions. Our favorite one is time to climb. And that's a great way for students to kind of have a little competitive edge there. And they're asked several different multiple choice or true and false questions. And then they climb up the mountain. It's a lot of fun. Another example of an activity that they have is a matching image and text or text and text. So it's a great vocabulary option. And also you can pull that content down as the teacher and you can see how they did with their reports. So here I can go through and I can present my content. I can see my students on the right hand side and they're all in the Nearpod as well and they're interacting with the content too. So I can also pull up a quick activity. Maybe I have a drawing question that I want them to do. So maybe something like draw your feelings about the first day of student teaching, and this will automatically go out to all of my students and I can go and I can see how they're doing in their activity. As students complete the activity, their drawings will come up here. I can close it out and I can keep rolling with my presentation. So if I want to do a quick check for understanding, I have it right within here. And as we're talking through our Nearpod presentation, I can have students over here in my teams asking questions if they have any additional questions about the content that we're covering, and maybe other students can answer it. Or I can have them do a quick think and share where they have a prompt, they think about their response and they type it in our chat down here. I really enjoy using Nearpod and Teams together. It really does add for a dynamic learning experience for my students. They can interact with the content on Nearpod. I can see the report, so I can end my session and I can see the reports and see how they did on this presentation individually. As students are responding to content, I can have their names hidden or shown throughout the presentation, which is a lot of fun too. So as students, if I have their names hidden, I can share out individual responses so we can look at examples and non-examples, or really work through some content together. And I think that's a fantastic way to engage students. You're not only engaging them through a large group presentation. It's not just a lecture that they're taking notes on, but they're also engaging in the presentation through Nearpod. You can see their faces on Teams with video, and you can also have the chat available to them. And I think that's a really fun way for students to engage in that content. You'll notice down here under chat, students can attach some attach documents if they have specific questions, or a document or a picture. They can put in emojis and GIFs and stickers, and that's just a fun way to add some variety to the text options when you're asking students to engage with the content. This is a great way to share your screen with students. You can share specific windows or desktops. You can share specific presentations with them. You can see everyone who's in the meeting as well, and students, and you can pull them down to attendee mode. You can mute their mics. You can invite people as they come in, or people who want to be added to the class. You can invite them right in there. And then there's lots of actions here. My favorite is the live caption piece. You can have the device, have Teams live captions. It's great for everyone to, in case they miss something that's said, they can read it down below. You can record it and share it out on stream as well. So it's just a fantastic variety of ways you can interact with students using Teams and Nearpod together. I hope that you enjoyed this presentation. I know I really enjoy presenting this material virtually using this combination of tools, because I can have my students interact with each other, and then I can have them interact with the Nearpod as well, and I can see how they're doing and make those teaching decisions that's best for my class. And I can rework information. I can go back, reteach something. I can see who understood something, see who did not, maybe pair them up, have them do a think, pair, share together in Teams, because in Teams I can have them do a direct message with each other and they can chat back and forth. It really is a dynamic way to present your content, have students engage with each other and with you, the teacher. I wish you the best of luck during this time of virtual teaching and online learning. If you need any help or have any questions regarding Teams or Nearpod or the combination of the two, please hit me up over on Twitter or Instagram. You can find me at @Fecich over on Twitter and Instagram. Have a great day, and I wish you the best of luck.